Scholastic. Today I'm here with Ramiro, and some things I've noticed about Ramiro just going to school with him because he hasn't always lived here, but some things that I've noticed is that he is one of the coolest people. Because he hasn't gone to school here, he has some really great ideas, I think, from coming from other places, and I'm in English with him, and whenever we have discussions, he always answers in such cool and different ways, and I love hearing him talk. And he probably gets this all the time because he has a really cool accent, but it makes it so interesting to listen to you. So with that, we'll get started. So where did you go to school before you came to West Jeff?
I went to a school in Mexico. The school name was Hermanos Flores Magón. It's in Hidalgo, Tecozaltla. It was pretty cool. The only thing is I didn't like the schedule there because you got to be there at 7 a.m. I gotta wake up at 4 a.m. in the morning.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was tired.
Yeah, so you went from 7 a.m. and then when did you get out of school?
We got out of school at 1:10 a.m., 1:10 p.m. But sometimes, like we have to ride a transportation because I live in a small town.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like half hour away from there, and like I work after that, and it was hard, so I sleep like at 12 or 1 a.m.
Jeez,
so I
that's
just have, like,
crazy.
3 hours.
I can't even imagine that. I feel like I can't even run on 3 hours of sleep. That's crazy. Okay, so when did you come to the United States, and kind of how did that whole system work?
2015, I think in March, I came here and I arrived here to Idaho. Then my parents were like, well, you are going with your uncles to the same school, so yeah, we're going to Territon and you're gonna go there. Like, well, sounds good for me.
Yeah. Okay. So, is West Jefferson kind of like, was it like a culture shock when you came? Was it really, really different than your other school?
Oh, it is way different because on your other school you don't have lockers. You don't have like, you have a certain clothes that you need to use a uniform for each day. So you have like the civil uniform and the sports uniform, and it was pretty. It was ugly.
So like in like PE, you had to wear a certain uniform and stuff like that. Wow, that's really interesting. Okay, so was it hard to move to the United States and move to West J, or were you more excited? Or I guess both, maybe.
I was scared, actually, because I didn't know. Like, once I was in Mexico, we have like English classes, and you don't put attention because you're like, I'm gonna just listen live. But then when I came here, I was like, oh, I wish I would put more attention to that.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard and scary at the same time, but I was kind of excited because it's a new experience.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I think you speak really well English. Honestly, I really do think that you do. And just because you don't like sound like everyone else, I think your accent is really interesting, and I love listening to you talk. So, what is one hard challenge that you have faced in your life? Maybe moving schools, or in Mexico, or even here, or just anything that you've gone through that's been kind of a hard challenge you've had to overcome.
I think there's 2 things that I have like a challenge on. First of all was left my family behind in Mexico.
Yeah.
Like every time I was there at work after school, just because the school that I went to, it was like a paid school. So I got to work and help my family, even though my dad was here. I need to do that. My second one will be English. English was so hard for me when I arrived here, but now I can speak to you. Like,
you're so good. Okay, so how have you worked to overcome these challenges?
I still miss my family, but I think I have been like, well, if I am here, I should be proud. My family are proud that I am doing what I can do to be better at school. Like, I give everything at school. I give everything I am who I am because of them. I haven't overcome those challenges. English was just practice with people and talking with them. There was a lot of friends that helped me, and that's why I am better in English.
Yeah.
Right now.
I actually want to tell you how you said that you like go hard at everything you do and you're like proud of who you are, and I totally see that in you, because in school, like, you never are fake to anyone, and you just say the things that you want to say, and I love it because you just do what you want, and I think that's really, really cool. So what advice would you give to someone who maybe had to leave someone else who went through the same challenge of leaving their family behind? What would you tell them to help them kind of grow like you have?
I hope not crying this, but I think the only thing you can say, the only thing you can do is remember them. Never say I'm gonna miss them, because you're gonna see them one day, and just be proud and be like happy about it that you have this opportunity to come here or to go to another place to study or do whatever you want, because that's an accomplishment for you, and they will be proud of you by doing what you want to do.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Romero. Okay, so what is one word that you would pick to describe yourself?
I will say, I don't know, I am kind of like trying to be funny, but at the same time I'm serious about the stuff, so I am more like a serious guy sometimes.
Oh, but I actually think you are so funny. Like, really, you are a really funny guy, and I love your jokes because they always make me laugh. So what are some goals that you have for your life after high school?
After high school, what I want to do is study a career. It should be mechanics or body shop. That's what I want to do, because it's just take me 2 years to do it, and I want to finish it in 2 years. Then after that, I just gonna work, maybe get married, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe study another career after I marry or something. I don't know.
And Romero actually was even just telling us in English the other day, he was telling us that his family was like, Romero, why do you want to do so many things? And Romero just said, like, I love learning, and I love learning new things, and I want to learn a ton of new careers. And I think that's awesome. Like, life, you don't just have to learn one thing and then be done.
Yeah,
I think it's really cool.
Because maybe you can do something next day, but you don't know what the next day is coming from you.
Yeah.
Like, you can be, I don't know, you cannot lift heavy things, and like, that's a lot of stuff that you do in mechanics, so maybe you can do another stuff. So that's why learning for me is like awesome for me. Like,
That's so awesome. I love that. Okay, so at the end of all these interviews, I always ask this, the person I'm interviewing, what is one piece of advice they want to leave the students of West Jefferson High School with about being comfortable in their own skin and breaking down their plastics. So what would you say? What's a piece of advice?
Be like you are. Like, don't be afraid of people that don't like you or because you are different than them. Be who you are and be proud of who you are, because you can fake, but at the end you know that it's not the real thing. So at the end, the only one that is lying is you and yourself. So just be proud of who you are, because who you are is what matters. If you like who you are, then be who you are.
I love that. Thank you so much, Romero. I really appreciate this. And join us next time for the next episode of Behind the Plastic.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.